Hi guys, well I was going to bring you by for this, but I took such a little, I thought I was going to take 2 cuts. What I did is brought it down here because this was the, I don't know, that's the spot where I started at, measured it, then took it back, then came back and put it back on 0, and one face cut took it. It did take a heavier cut here, which would theoretically bring the back around, which bring the front around. So I am about ready to take it out of here. And well, maybe if I can leave it in there and indicate it, but I know it's pretty daggone straight. But what I'm also going to do is mark where it is in the piece. Now to think about it, so if I put it back in, I'll be putting it in the same spot. Hopefully I won't need to do that. Let me take this out of here, the mill cutter out of here. And I'll flip this around and run that there. So let me take the mill cutter out of there, because if I don't, I'm going to get cut. I know that because I do that all the time. I don't have the proper tool for this, but this will work. I need I guess a spanner wrench. Come on out of there, Bert. I don't want to do that. Now I could put that other piece back in here. I might be able to indicate it off that, but I know I think I'm gonna. You can't even see this setup up here, I don't think. I'm gonna see if I can't switch that around and get that on that face. I'm gonna run a little. I don't have a. Can't think what I'm thinking of. So, because I can't think what I'm thinking of, and it is aluminum, I'm just going to run a. This is in the way up here. That got it good enough. That's got markings on it or something, or maybe that's where the knife came in and got it. It doesn't feel too bad. Let me get some fine grit. It's fine, super fine. And then I'll switch this indicator around and this thing, when the knife was, or when this thing was going up and down, it started, you can't see, it was wobbling pretty good. But I mean, I just took a very little hair off of that. Let me see if I can't flip this around here. Whoop. Come on now. Get that up there. Get that up there. I think we got something there. Run that in a little bit. Zero this out. Zero's at the zero's at the other way. Why isn't that doing what? Oh, it's caught on there. I guess I loosened that and did not know it. All right, I'm not gonna zero. Well, I can zero it. Should be able to zero it through this. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, you can see it pretty good. I'm going to run that and see where it comes to, but we still don't know that it's square to everything else. We just know that it, if you saw the other time, it was goofy on level. If I go any further, I'll go off the edge. Now, because it was chattering, it's going to probably not be perfectly. I'm going off the table now. I'm going so far. If I go any further, I'm going to hit stuff. I'm at the end of my table, end of the run. So I'm going to kind of think that might be okay. And we're going to go saw a couple boards. I'm going to take this off. and put it on the gas tank. I'm going to raise this up. I'm going to undo this. I don't know what you can see there. Oh Lordy. And we're going back out and try to saw a board. It's either better, the same, or worse. What do you think it's going to be? We'll take you over the other end. I got to get around my stool here. Legs getting there. And you are down to watch now. I can leave the guard on. I got to put this down. That's down. I'll put that in there. I'll get the new square out. I'm going to take a... Boy, it feels a lot better there. Boy, that went through a lot easier. I don't know if you guys recall what it was. I don't know that it's square yet. I'm trying to get some of these nubbies off so I get a little more accurate reading. We're not working with great wood even. You can see that. Well, that's just my nail going in there, but that, I don't know if it's any better. Where's that other square? Now that way it looks a heck of a lot better. Still a little loose here, so it's still going that way just a hair. But that's acceptable. I mean, I don't have any... Can you see that little bit of wobble? Wonder how it does with this old one. But feeling it in the in this speed square, it feels a lot better. And it goes through a lot easier. Shouldn't be setting it down without a guard on it. It's kind of hard to tell where this thing's, how bad that thing's messing me up. But I'm all right with that. I think it's better. So I'm going to go up there and get those pressure treated boards on a Bobcat. I got to get this rack out of there. If you're kind of new here, which I don't think you are, but I hope you are, and stay. I made these brackets here to hold these straps on better. One guy suggested, sorry guy, I don't remember your name, rounding these over with a router, so I did that. I thought that was a good idea. There was another idea, but I don't remember whether I went with it. But I also just put these straps under there. That holds them, keeps them from flopping around. Whether I do it or whether I don't do it, I got no idea. But I also rounded this one off. So the only difference in this rack and the ones that I'm making with the pressure treated are the pressure treated ones will be 12 inches wider, so they'll hold over half a cord. I went back there to get my, that's what I was going to tell you. I went back here to get my, I got a thing that I put the boards in. Once I decided that I liked, all one size, this is expanded, I think. Yeah. Well, man, what a nice seat. Once I decided that I liked this one size wood rack, and that's kind of my finale, the final end. I put the measurements on my box over there because then I don't have to go measure them all the time. Hey, like my hairdo, it's kind of sweaty out here. I made this thing so I didn't have to measure for rack and this and that. I could just cut the board, set them on, and bang, 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 bang. Because I put nails in the bottom of those for a couple of reasons. Number one, I got nails. Number two, a nail going down like this, if it gets loose, if it comes up, I can just bang it in on that floor and I'll see it right away. Where if there's a nail coming up from the bottom, it gets loose, it falls out, and your tires find it. So, and I went to get that thing that I made because I save it in the back and I move it 100 times a year because I didn't want it to get wet. And I pulled I have a Jeep cover that never kept enough dust off the Jeep to keep the Jeep cover on, so I set it on top there and I ripped it off, and there was a hornet's nest or bee's nest or something underneath of it. I have the record for a 50-yard dash right now in a zigzag pattern. I guarantee you, this old man, I didn't know I could move that fast. But I didn't get stung, but I came back and go, oh crap. So I don't know whether I'll be able to go back and get that piece or not, but my goal today is to get 4 bottoms, light came on, I paid the light bill, 4 bases made. That's all I want to do today. Then I'll go back and saw this afternoon. So if I do saw this afternoon, it depends, they're calling for afternoon thunder showers again. So that's kind of what's going on. I'm going to try to get that thing out, because then I can just set my boards in there and they're all square, they're all straight, they're all, the middle board's in the middle board. But I have to move a Detroit engine, I have to move my generator, a Detroit engine, and a gas tank, big gas tank that you got to use to get to this. I might take the tool cat back there, because the tool cat is air conditioned, and I can close the door, so if I make those bees any more irritated, they have a hard time getting in through the window. And now that I thought about that, that might be a smart idea. Before I forget, I want to take this off of there. I don't normally do that. I should leave something like that on there. It sure would. There's so many times where if you're cutting the end of the board off here and that's there, you can't do it. In other words, it won't go. You got to pull it up. So if that's stayed up, I don't know. I guess there's some saw that makes one that goes a little bit nicer. I kind of like it there, though. It's not a bad thing. New blade. Face this off. It saws a lot better. So maybe Milwaukee needs to check their quality, because that never sawed straight from the get-go. Right from when I first got it, it never would saw as good as it just did now. And we'll see once I get into those 2x6s, because they all got to be cut off at 60 inches because the bases are 60 inches. So we'll see how it does then. So thanks for coming along. I am going to go back here and get my I don't know if it's a template. It's a fixture. That's what it is. It's a fixture, because that's what they call them on a lathe when you make something to hold something. So maybe that's what it is. So this is I'll put this one and the one right before it all in one. Maybe tomorrow night. I don't know what I got going on. You'll see it sooner or later. But thanks for stopping in. Bye bye. Hit the like button, subscribe button, hit the little bell if you want to see what's going on next. Done with that. Bye bye.